Hello, everybody. Welcome to Duo Planet, the YouTube channel where we talk all things media. I'm one of your hosts, Azteral, as always, joined by fellow co-host Slasher, aka Jordan.
Hey everybody.
And we are back for the. I'm going to say it's the midway point. It's not, because technically last week was the midway point. But we are here for episode 4 of The Last of Us, day 1 of Seattle. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened. Very interesting. Obviously, the day that we are recording this, the day that we watched it, because it's been a very busy week, is Saturday. So for us, new episodes come out on Monday. So obviously, there's not long until the next one. Yeah, we're in Seattle now. Everything's great. We get introduced to a new major character. Hello, Jeffrey Wright as Isaac, who voiced the character in the game, but is now playing them in live action. Probably the best performance in the show so far, purely because it's literally Isaac from the game in the show. Because obviously Jeffrey Wright voiced Isaac, which means you have the same exact voice. He also looks like Isaac because obviously his face was mocapped. And he obviously knows the mannerisms because he's voiced the character. So very good. Very happy to see him in it. Great actor. Always delivers good performances. We had our first run-in with the WLF properly in the TV station where we learned that Slasher is desensitized to literally everything. When we saw corpses hanging from the ceiling with their
Dude,
intestines out.
I'm a horror fan. Of course I am. I've seen fucking anything and everything. Terrifier ain't got shit on that. I mean, that's got no shit on Terrifier. Terrifier's worse.
We had a flashback scene that showed Isaac joining the WLF, which was again very good. Also, hi Josh Peck, thank you for being in our show. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we had an infected horde chase Ellie and Dina through some trains. We had Ellie actually stab a WLF guy in the neck. That was pretty brutal. We got to see the music shop scene. So Bella Ramsey sang "Take Me On" or "Take on Me" or whatever the song's called to Isabella Merced. Again, pretty good adaptation of the scene from the game. Shimmer's alive. The horse, if you guys don't know the name of the horse, it's Shimmer. Shimmer's alive. Shimmer didn't get the same treatment that they got in the game. Thank God. Shimmer, best girl. Yeah, I would say that for 80% of this, 80% of this episode, I was fully invested. I was fully in it. The torture scene with Isaac and that scar, while very funny, and I was just sat there going penis. Anytime that they showed the scar's penis,
Such a fucking child.
Dude, it was so funny. Isaac gave me a cutlery lesson about fucking saucepans. Didn't know I needed that until just then.
Imagine watching that scene and every 5 seconds, just the word penis is said by him. It's just. Please.
Now I need Jeffrey Wright. I need Jeffrey Wright to do a full cooking show as Isaac, because I would watch that shit. I would watch that shit. The area where this episode sort of falls away and really, really changes the dynamic is sort of the last 5 to 10 minutes, which for game players is the immune conversation between Dina and Ellie. And for the show watchers, it's the same thing, but obviously the game players know the scene in a different way. Slasher, as someone who hasn't played the game, what were your thoughts through the scene? Through the confrontation scene between Dina and Ellie?
To be honest, yeah, I was expecting a bit more anger from Ellie for not being told and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, the thing is, I think the reason why the show changes stuff is because if they're just gonna straight up copy the game, there's no point of the show existing.
Well, I can pinpoint the exact reason as to why the scene was changed so much. And it's all down to character motivation. So, in the game, the main reason that Ellie goes to Seattle isn't actually for revenge. The main reason Ellie goes to Seattle is because Tommy has gone to Seattle for revenge. As the game players call it.
Doing it.
The game players call Tommy the Ghost of Seattle because he becomes like a boogeyman to the WLF for a few days. That's the reason why in the game Ellie reacts with shock. Ellie obviously in the game says things like, "A few weeks, you could have told me, we could have turned back." She calls Dina a burden, which is brutal. Don't get me wrong, brutal, but like it makes sense in the context of what they're there to do. Like, also another change that just popped into my head: Dina is coping with the pregnancy better in the show than she does in the game. In the game, Dina gets very, very sick. She gets ill. She's obviously malnourished. That's the word. She's malnourished because obviously it's a zombie fucking apocalypse. She's not got access to proper medication to help stifle off a fever. Really, really sick. And in the show, instead of getting a confrontation like we should in this situation, obviously Ellie's immune, Dina's pregnant. They should clash for a little bit. We get what I would attribute to a 1990s teen romance in the span of 5 minutes. We go from she's pointing a gun to hooking up to the morning after her probably, and I'm gonna be a little bit harsh with this one, probably the worst line delivery in the show with "I'm gonna be a dad," which even Slasher was taken out by that for a little bit.
I went, that's not how... No, my words instantly were, that's not how that works.
That's not how it works. It was just a little bit there, and I think if they'd have kept the line in from the game, the "Don't worry, it's not yours" from Dina, one, it would have sort of salvaged the scene because it adds that humor that they're probably looking for. Because that entire last 5 minutes was very jokey. It was very light-hearted. I think that the "Don't worry, it's not yours" would have actually got a laugh out of me instead of me sat there going, "Oh, this is happening now." But yeah, the episode overall, like the main body of it, like the news tower was great. I loved the brutality. I loved the Isaac torture scene was brutal. Jeffrey Wright again, great performance from him for that. Also the Scar. I don't know what the Scar actor's name was, but my god. Oh, there he is. Burton. Burton is the name of the Scar, played by Ben Alza. Ben Allers. Yeah, sure, why not? That's his name now. Those two really good together. Very, very good. Even the guys outside the door, one of them was like, "This is so fucked." The other one was like, "Yeah, Scars are animals, so fuck them." Yeah, I would say that the main body of this episode was probably one of the better ones that we've had. I don't know if Slasher would agree, but like, I would say the main body of this episode would be like on par with episode 2, which is still my favorite episode of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he does agree. I think that means he agrees.
What? What? Say that again.
Would you agree that the main body of the episode, aka everything before the Pinnacle Theatre scene, was on par with episode 2?
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. I just think that last 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, I think it was, it needed better pacing for one. It moved very, very, like, almost too quickly to keep up with what was going on.
Yeah.
Overall, I mean, like, this episode was fine, and obviously next week, or for us in 2 days, it'll be hopefully rectified with a very, very good
Also,
episode 5, aka day 2. But yeah.
I also want to let you guys know that obviously I have been uploading videos at weird days and not the usual times. Things have been weird lately with my video scheduling, but I'll be back to normal soon, hopefully. But just wanted to tell you so you didn't worry. But yeah, what are the ratings? What's the rating?
I would say that I am going to give this episode a 6.5 out of 10. Yeah.
You know what?
6.5.
You know what? I'm with you on that one.
Also, a little bit off note, but for any of you that are interested in DC, Dina is Hawkgirl.
Yep, she plays.
Isabella Marced is going to be Hawkgirl in.
And if you guys want to see her in something, she will be in Peacemaker season 2, which comes out in August, which is after Superman comes out.
She was also in Alien Romulus.
Yeah, and she's fucking fan. Well, her character gives birth to something that. Wow, that was a sight in cinemas.
Oh, but yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Yeah, go on.
Well, I've been one of your hosts, Aztrail.
I've been your host, Slasher.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Do all that garbage that YouTube asks you to do. Let us know what you thought of this episode. I'm curious to know what people thought about this episode. We'll see you next week for Seattle Day 2. Until then, make sure you keep surviving. Listen out for the clickers. And we'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
Server etiquette!